Hey lovelies, today we're going to be talking about Wanda calling out Martell, Arionne Curry, melodyshari. It is shocking that somehow it resulted in her talking about Melody yet again. I thought she wanted to focus on what Martell was saying in relation to Tisha and Marceau. Now she does cover that, but also she goes into talking about Melody as well. I guess she just can't help herself, but we're going to break that down. If you're new to this channel, I do reality TV commentary and celebrity news, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment in the comment section below. Now let's get into today's video. Wanda went live and she talked about how allegedly people were threatening to call DHR or CPS on her because she is a foster mom. Somehow she made it seem like that was as a result of the person in question being a fan of Melody. I'm just like, how did Melody get in this? This is like a serious allegation. So it just felt like a little bit of a reach to start coming and sort of making it seem like Melody had something to do with that. Now let's talk about the allegations against Marceau. So if you guys watch the trailer, you would see that Martell is basically alleging that Marceau was cheating. So Wanda basically addresses it. She mentioned that there was a point where she did not like Marceau. And to be fair, she doesn't really like Marceau, but they're cool now. She said that there was a point where she didn't like Marceau because of the things that he would say. But then he's gotten better over the years and apparently they're now cool. She also addresses that she was not the first person to speak on whether Marceau was cheating. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a storyline a couple of seasons ago where Wanda was confronting Marceau about cheating. So now she's trying to sort of rewrite history a little bit and basically alleging that she wasn't the first person to speak on that, and that anything she said was what she had heard from someone on the show. My thing is, who is the someone on the show? Who said what? Why not say that? So that at least we have some clarity on who said that and who was responsible for saying that, because it just seems very, very odd. She did say that she feels like maybe he probably cheated before he got married to Tisha. And that she heard that he was a dog back in the day. I'm just like, oh my goodness. I know she thinks she's making it better, but then you talking about a rumor about Marceau being a dog back in the day further makes it seem like he's a cheater. So even though she's making it seem like, no, well, he hasn't cheated, she doesn't know whether he's cheated or whatever, her saying that he was a dog back in the day, I'm like, you're adding more credence to the alleged rumor. It's like, I feel like she needs to write a script before she comes online. Because when you write a script and say, okay, these are the areas I want to touch on, and try not to go off script, but I just feel like she can't help herself and tends to go off script a lot, which I don't think helps her at all because it ends up making it worse. Now, she did address Martell basically insinuating that Tisha is a hoe. And she said that Martell has the biggest hose. And I'm like, okay. She goes on to say he has two of them. And in my head, I'm like, okay, are you talking about Arionne Curry and one other person? Or, like, I hope you ain't trying to refer to Melody. She then also says, and I quote, if you have anything on Marceau or Tisha, bring them papers. So she wants to see the receipt. So very similar to what Tisha is saying. I almost feel like the reason they're very bold to say bring them receipts is because they don't believe they are receipts. So if there are receipts, Martell, you better bring them out, because if not, everyone is going to continue to look at you as a liar. And we know you lie. We know you lie constantly, especially when it comes to trying to make Melody look bad. But on this occasion, people want to see the receipts. In the words of Mariah, should I bring the receipts? That is what people want Martell to do. So he better understand the assignment at the reunion. The other thing is, if he doesn't want to bring the receipts, and I understand because here's a marriage at stake, don't bring the receipts. But you cannot keep talking about it when they upset you. When they do something you don't like, then you start like threatening to release the receipts or threatening them or saying you want to tell the truth. Like, no, stop using the truth or what you perceive to be the truth, allegedly, as a weapon. You either say it or you don't. No one is forcing you. She talked about feeling like Martell has lied on Marceau, and that, remember when he mentioned the 20 women comment, and that was he talking about himself. She also alludes to knowing 5 women Martell was messing with, and she's like, another 15 to go. And the thing about it is, like, now I understand why she feels like she needs to defend Marceau and Tisha now, but you've let Martell run rampage all around Mel, call out all sorts of names. You've even carried information that Martell has given like it's gospel. But now when it applies to your daughter, when it applies to your son-in-law, you want all of us to believe that it is a lie? And it's just like, so why didn't you give Melody that benefit of the doubt when he was saying all these things? Why did you take what he said as the truth? So it's almost like the truth only works when it works in your favor or in your family's favor. But once it now starts to look like it's not directed in your favor, then you're like, oh no, it's a lie. Look at the source. He's not credible. Well, he wasn't credible when he was making all those allegations against his ex-wife. But did you not believe those allegations? Did you not repeat those allegations? Did you not call her names because of said allegations? I think it's a tick, tick, tick. She even admitted that when they all were in Florida on a trip, Martell was on the phone to another woman. And imagine knowing that Martell was moving out here like a dog, yet you act towards Melody like she shouldn't have left this man. You try to be like, oh, you guys stay together and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, knowing fully well he's done all of these things, it's like you must hate her. You actually must hate her, because if you didn't hate her, why would that be acceptable? How can you expect her not to leave a man like that? A man that can be bold enough to be on the phone to another woman whilst he's allegedly on a trip with you guys. That's mad. That's a man that has no respect for himself or his wife. She also said he's been doing it for a long time, even before season 1. I'm like, we know. There's nothing new you're telling us. Then she talks about she feels like he found someone he loved. I'm like, wait, I hope you're not talking about Arionne Curry. You think that is love? I don't believe that at all. I believe he found someone that boosted his ego, someone that made him feel wanted and needed, because he was feeling inadequate because he was married to a woman that's a go-getter, that is successful at everything she's doing, whilst he's not. I feel like his insecurities were more obvious when he was with Melody. It was almost like he was spurring insecurities. But with Arion, it's like she ain't that much better than him, or she ain't even better than him. So he feels like, wow, she treats me like this. Oh, I'm so smart because she ain't that smart. Like, I just feel like that's what it is, as opposed to like a love thing. Because let's be honest, if it's a love thing, he would have married her. He would have been defending her. He would never have called her a peasant. You don't call the person you love a peasant. Never. Now, she did also call Arion a HOE. And I was a bit like, I thought you and Arion were cool. Like, wasn't she at some point, like, in Arion's comments, like, even when Arion would come for, like, Tisha or mention Tisha or whatever, she wouldn't say too much and make it seem so casual and always supporting her. And I feel like, I swear I've seen her in Arion's comments as well. So I'm like, all of a sudden you're calling her an HOE. Is this like a stray bullet because you're mad at Martell and you want to get to him? So you're like, I'm going to use Arion to get to him. Maybe that's what that is. We'll see if Arion responds. Arion has been quiet for some time now. And you all know we've covered the rumors, but we don't know anything for certain. So I guess we'll find out soon enough if Arion comes out to respond. She also talks about Melody and says that she does not like Melody and continues to talk about her for 3 reasons. And she mentioned that Melody put Tisha out of Embrace event. I'm like, okay, and was she invited? No. Then she also said Mel didn't give condolences to Tisha when Tisha lost her grandmother and her aunt. And then the third reason was Mel brought Kiki on the show. And on this last one, she talks a little bit more about that. And I was like, wait, is this woman trying to blame Melody for her relationship with her niece? And it was. So she basically said that her and Kiki wouldn't have been arguing if Melody didn't bring her on the show. And that's how she feels, and that's how she'll always see it. And she tried to say, like, when she was having previous conversations with Kiki before Kiki was on the show, there were no issues. And that Melody basically was a blame Melody camp. And I'm just thinking, Kiki was a grown-ass woman. She wanted to be on the show. So if anything, Melody did what a friend would do in that season. If my friend wants to do something and I have the means to help her do what she wants to do, who am I to not help and support her? Imagine someone is now blaming me because it didn't end well. That's not right. That's not fair. Also, let's be clear. Melody did not tell you to speak to her the way you spoke to her at the reunion. Melody did not tell you to deal with her in the way in which you, Marceau, and Tisha dealt with her. No, you guys did that of your own accord. Why didn't you guys think about, wow, Kiki has never been this kind of person. Maybe something is wrong. Let me reach out to her. No. But instead, you're now blaming someone for giving her an opportunity that Kiki herself wanted. Kiki had talked about wanting to be on the show. Even Tisha has mentioned how Kiki wanted to be on the show. So it is a very known fact. So I just think it's a reach instead of taking accountability for your actions, how you treated that woman, how you spoke bad about her, how you did all of these things. Take responsibility and accountability for that. You're not doing that. Instead, you want to blame other people yet again. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button and tap that bell button right next to it so you know every single time that I post. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye.